few years ago, Furia versus Falcons. Falcons were 3-0 up in the best of 7 semi-finals. Furia won 4-3. A South American team won 4-3. They got the BO7 reverse sweep. And it was against TRK as well.
Interesting.
So will history repeat itself? We're about to find out. Chile have to get started now.
Here comes Razebull. Gonna try and give Chile their first chances, but again, these touches are already coming through from Saudi Arabia, defending every single attempt to push on through. Killers has his touch taken away from him. A shot on target. Follow-up set out into the mid by Ruas. And as Chile, it's going to be really important to be able to have a solid control in the mid line, not allowing Saudi to box you back into your own half.
Well, Saudi Arabia haven't got the early goal for, I believe, the first time in this series, so it will mean that Chile aren't chasing throughout the game, so it's already a step up as Razebull takes a nice touch, has a flip reset into the corner, nearly Ruas. Gets his car floating, so he was able to read that one. Good charge down though from Pan, a couple of bump attempts come in. Killers emerges unscathed somehow, and then gets the fake out, but sadly the ball got away from him.
I love it, and you know it's going to be really interesting too when they start bringing those fake plays out. But right now, Chile trying to go for the bump ones of their own instead now. Box in again, great save here from Razebull, and I do want to recognize, again, I talked about it before, but Chile defensively can be a beast at times, so this could get really difficult for Saudi if they're able to keep up what they were doing yesterday.
Yeah, Chile right now with a 2-stack. There's always a second man behind the first one making the charge. So even if Saudi Arabia do have the mechanics to get past that first man, there's someone there helping out, as we see here, but Ruas gets past a couple of them, and then they fake everyone! It's brilliant!
He's always going to be him. Look at this. Stealing to the ground.
Oh my goodness. You don't know where to look when Saudi Arabia are attacking you. There's twins flying at you in every direction. It's like, where's the ball going?
Well, off the kickoff, this one's just a little bit wide. Does bounce up and back into the hands of Ruas, but Razebull was already up off the ceiling, and it's just a great read forward. 1 goal lead. Would be better if it's 2 off the crossbar. No follow-up to come in. Davitrox really wanted to keep that one close, but again, it's too many great reads. Ruas has the space to leave this one down. It bounces on up, and Saudi just waiting for the perfect moment to get that follow.
Saudi Arabia, these 3 have been to major elite semi-finals multiple times in a row now. So close to another one to add to that personal collection. I mean, they're not here for semi-finals. They're not even here for second place. They'll be sick of the sight of silver medals, Saudi Arabia. But to get that gold, you have to step up in times like this. You have to keep on pushing. You cannot allow Chile to build themselves in to a piece of momentum, because they will step up. And they will make the most of it. Here comes Davitrox, tries to shoot it cleanly in the top corner. Killers equal to that one yet again. Chile booms it long. Killers is back. But Chile with some pressure as we speak.
And the interesting thing to me that I do want to take note of is the fact that Chile never did use their timeout. They just decided to go in through with what momentum they had or could find. And I feel like as time is going on, that momentum is slowly starting to be lost. They're just forced to defend. They're playing way more on their end of the field than they should be. It's another shot, a great save again, but these saves can come through a million times, but it's not going to matter if you're not able to take any shots of your own.
Well, I'd love to see some analysis of how many fake aerials Saudi Arabian players have done. It must be 6 or 7 throughout these 3.5 games, or 3 3/4 games now. Ruas isn't faking that one. He's putting it straight into the center, but Pan emerges. He gets a couple of touches. Lovely air roll, lovely air dribble. Great equalizer.
I initially was going to talk about how respected I was looking at Killers staying so far back, and I was like, oh, he has all the space and time in the world to be able to spot where the shot is going to come from, make that clear, but no. Forced on in, follow-up comes through, tied game, and a chance to take a lead.
Pan bobbed and weaved, and Killers was left deceived. I'm smashing on the goal line, using all of his octane to send that ball as far forward as possible. Razebull takes another clean touch. Ruas gets it awkwardly above Davitrox's head, so TRK can come in, gets the flip reset, gets it back towards the goal. Can't quite get the finish himself, but he can certainly continue to make a nuisance of himself. Pan, don't think he realised his surroundings, so happy just to get something on that ball. Send it back. Here comes Razebull. Follows that one up again. More brilliant 50-50 play from Chile. In comes Pan! Saved by TRK.
Even on 0 boost, he manages to get there just in time. But this is going to pitch off the back of the
challengers. Pan gets it into the center, cuts rotation. Ruas didn't respect the cut enough. Pan again straight through the bull. No nonsense Rocket League from Chile. Saudi Arabia, their first real struggle of the series.
You talk about the time that South America were the only ones to be able to reverse sweep Saudi. Can they do it here? They're gonna try, but not without an attempt. TRK is the one to tie things up.
You just sensed it coming as soon as Killers takes that second touch. Pan goes too low with his first. TRK was waiting, ready to pounce on even a quarter of a mistake.
36 seconds and a tied game once again. If you're out in the crowd, let Saudi hear you. Killers to the backboard. And into the corner we go. This one bounces back. Great read from TRK. Out into the side. A lot of corner attempts to send this one out, but that is a really difficult place to stay in control. It continues to bounce back into the favor of Saudi Arabia. And Ruas is going to take a shot. 10 seconds on the clock, and Saudi are back in the lead.
You can probably hear behind us what that goal means. A little bit of trepidation just makes the victory all the sweeter. But there's still 10 more seconds for Chile to have their say once more. The kickoff does go to Davitrox. He booms it long. TRK, the only player waiting. Ruas is already up. He goes high. This is not where Chile want the ball. Ruas can finish it now. Not quite. Killers kills it. Saudi Arabia survive it. Chile, despite their earlier heroics, are forced to go home. Saudi to the semis.